What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dorian Show. Donald Trump just won the presidency. Don't worry, this is not going to be a political show because all we care about here is money. I mean, I do have very strong political opinions, but I'm going to spare you guys because I'm sure you guys have already seen people freaking out on Instagram. You don't need me to tell you what to think, I'm going to save those for the open mics where I will certainly piss off 2 people and then 20 other people will be pretending to be upset. I do got to say before I go, like it's very hard to even know if people are serious about their political beliefs online. You know what I mean? Like it's very hard to see someone tell me that it's the end of the world when they got to stop in the middle and do an ad break. You know what I mean? They're like, this podcast is brought to you by McDonald's. Get your $5 meal and watch the world burn. I don't know. I mean, little disconnect there, right? Don't you? Anyway, if there's one thing I learned from this election and in like stock picking in general, it's just that I don't know anything. You know what I mean? Like I kind of thought how do I say this? I did think Trump would win, but I feel like a lot of people thought that, right? No matter if they were conservative or liberals, which is whatever. But like if I thought that was going to happen, why was I not smart enough to buy a bunch of stock in Tesla? Like looking back on it right now, that's the most obvious play. Like fucking Elon. Oh, jeez, I just swore. I hope YouTube doesn't censor me and take me down from 20 viewers to 5. What I'm saying is, it's looking back, it's so obvious that Tesla's going to go to the moon, like Elon Musk really went all out for Trump. He's just giving out millions of dollars to people. And then this whole time I was like, yeah, I think he's going to win. And I'm just so dumb that I didn't even think to buy Tesla. So don't listen to me. I'm just like another idiot just like you guys, honestly. I don't know anything. I'm just some guy talking on the internet, trying to generate financial ideas by speaking them out loud. That's it. That's all it is. Dude, Tesla went up 30% after the day of the election. 30% hit an all-time high. Doesn't matter how many cars he sold. It's go time. Like people just think he's gonna. I mean, it's obvious, right? It makes sense that Donald Trump would just give him whatever he wants at this point. And I missed it. What I don't understand is the stock DJT. Like, what is the point of it? It doesn't make any money. Like, I get a lot of people were buying it as like a way to like bet on Trump's presidency, I guess. But the thing generates no money. And now what? Like, even though just because he won, like, what's going to happen to the stock? Like what is it going to do now? Like, I don't know where it's going. I did hear that there's a rumor, and this is going to be crazy if it's true, because if it is true, I should just buy DJT right now. But the rumor is, I was listening to Professor Scott Galloway's podcast. He said there's a potential that DJT is going to merge with Twitter, and that would be insane. That Twitter's at least worth $20 billion, right? Elon bought it for like 44. And I think DJT is maybe like worth $3 billion. Like if that was going to happen, like today would be the best day to buy DJT. But obviously I'm like, that can't be true. Like people would freak out if that happened. But crazier things have happened. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if I should just buy DJT right now, so I can make money. Because if it happens, it's going to be like another trade that I've missed, another opportunity that I've missed to become rich. I think there was everything. The whole stock market basically went up, and I think that was kind of expected. I don't know. I thought there was a possibility it might go down if I guess if like the election dragged on like for weeks. I guess I could see it going down. People don't want people protesting, marching, and January 6th again. You know what I mean? Like that could like hurt the market, but the results were decided like in the same day. It was on Tuesday night. It was basically decided. So I guess the stock market surged that day. Bitcoin went up. Everything went up. I just didn't think it was going to happen like that violently up. That's crazy, dude. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know exactly what they think is going to happen. I mean, I think banks were leading a lot of that. Like, banks were going up like 10, 20% that day. I'm guessing the market is thinking like there's going to be some sort of like dysregulation and consumer spending is going to go up because interest rates are going to go down. I don't know, dude. I don't know if the bank's going to use that money to give out more loans or if they're going to buy back more stock. I just don't know. So the safe thing is just to buy some S&P 500. You know what I mean? Like I wish I had more of that. I didn't buy any more. I bought some more for my mom, you know, because she has more money than me, and I make better decisions for her than my own account, actually, which is kind of crazy. Like I'm risking everything I have, and I'm like, I'm gonna bet on uranium, which has gone down. The price of uranium has like plummeted. You know what I mean? But like for my mom, I was like, yeah, let's get some S&P 500. Let's get this old lady some more money, because that's what I do. Other stocks that went up. This is kind of dark. Prison stocks went crazy high. Speaking of my mom, I bought some prison stocks for my mom like maybe like 10 years ago. This is before I learned. I mean, I was investing in stocks for a while, but I just didn't know too much about it. I was like, dude, these guys are giving out a high yield. I'm going to buy some of that. And like the minute I bought them, they just freaking plummeted straight into the ground. But like the day after the election, these stocks went up like freaking 50%, even double some of them. And I think my mom's almost breaking even on these stocks, and it's kind of dark what people think is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like I think a lot of these stocks are going to get retrofitted into processing facilities for like immigration, because I don't know, Trump's going to say he's going to deport like, I don't know, 15 million people, which is kind of an insane number to even think about. I don't think America has the appetite to kind of kick so many people out of the country, but he might. I mean, the stock market thinks he's going to do at least a couple million, you know? Anyway, prison stocks are up. I think so. Okay, so this actually makes a lot of sense. I think last week I talked about, you know, if Kamala becomes president, did I say to stay away from any stocks? I don't even remember what I said, but now that Trump is president, he had like a lot of people backing him up, right? You got RFK, Bobby, you got Tulsi Gabbard, Elon. Like I think he's gonna have to return some of these favors to his homies, and it might not be so good for the pharmaceuticals if he gives RFK like a real position in like the FDA or something. You know what I mean? Like I'll stay away from pharmaceuticals right now. You know, that guy is, hate to say it, he's kind of anti-vax. I mean, you know what I mean? Like he says a lot of good stuff about like foods and farming and global warming, but besides that, like the vaccine thing is kind of crazy. And you know Trump's gonna freaking complain on Twitter about how drug prices are high. So, you know, pharmaceutical companies are probably gonna take a dip, and just keep an eye on that. Like I think if it goes down far enough, like it might be a good buy. But right now, I would kind of stay away from it. Buy the S&P 500. People think it's just gonna be good times. May or may not, but You know, it's the safest thing is likely going to go up. You know, like if I had money, I would probably buy some, but I don't have a lot of money. And what little money I have, I wanted to gamble it on bigger ideas and bigger and more exciting ideas. Hospitality stocks have gone up too. Crazy. Dude, I don't know why people just think the economy is going to be better because of Republicans in the office. I don't know if that's true, you know? Like things we know for sure, he's going to cut taxes and he's going to raise tariffs on the overseas. Like there's no way things are going to get cheaper in the US. Things are only going to get more expensive. Why are hospitality stocks going up? Like I find the hotels and Airbnbs are expensive now. Like I'm like, how is everything going to go up? Are people just going to start traveling more if things are going to be more expensive? You know, like I don't know anything, but I think a lot of people are just gambling, thinking everything in the market's going to be fine. I don't know, dude. You know what I mean? Like I think he's going to drill, but I still think the price of oil is still going to go down. Like if he somehow makes a deal with Russia, I'm guessing the Russian sanctions going to be lifted, right? People are going to start buying oil from them, but that might get balanced out by sanctions put on Iran. You know what I mean? So we're going to stop oil from Iran, but we're going to allow oil from Russia come in. Kind of balances out, and then we're going to keep drilling in the U.S. So I don't know. The price of oil could go down, which is good for the U.S. economy, but unless it's the recession. If the price of oil goes down because of the recession, then that's very bad. You know, but oil is one of these things that I'm keeping an eye on. I think might be an opportunity in the future, very soon, that I could potentially make a lot of money on or lose a lot of money because, as I've said before, I really don't know anything, guys. But oil is always going to bounce back up. I really wish I knew about trading future contracts in oil in 2020 during the pandemic when the price of oil went down like negative $13 a barrel. You know, and then the future markets of oil was like $15. Like I could have bought these futures for like $15 a share, and then they would have went to like $70 present day. Like that would be such a huge gain that I didn't know about. And I think a lot of people didn't know about it either, you know what I mean? So is it going to happen again? I don't know. But if oil ever goes down like to $30 a barrel, $20 a barrel, like I might just have to go YOLO on some of these oil futures, you know, to make some money. But I don't know. So I'm just going to hang tight at this moment. You know, try to save up money, but I can't because, you know, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, paying off my loan. It's a tough time, dude. How about, I mean, I don't, here's about like the election. I know I'm not going to be political about it, but I'm like, it really doesn't matter for like, in terms of the economy, it doesn't really matter for like the average person. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to get paid more. You know, maybe taxes will be cut, but things would just be more pricey. So it doesn't matter. But I'm also not like blaming like politicians on why I'm poor. Like it is my fault. I could get a second job, but I refuse. I'd rather stay comfy in my one job and talk to the internet because that's what I want to do with my time. Just to speak finance into the void. Uranium is just bad, dude. The government recently shut down. Is it Amazon? Like Amazon was gonna build this one nuclear power plant, and the government's like, "Nah, you can't do that. There's endangered bees that it's gonna affect." Or was that Meta? I think it might have been Meta. I was like, "That is insane." You know what I mean? Like they just says that, and you can't build anything. Like what are? I don't know. Like Let's be real. Who cares about these bees? Oh man, I don't know. Every day I'm starting to doubt like this uranium trade that I have. You know what I mean? Like in the grand scheme of things, everything sounds kind of good, but I'm getting biased information from obviously the uranium companies and from the community of people that are bullish uranium. Like this is all biased. I'm in a uranium bubble. You know, in politics, some people are like in a liberal bubble and some people are in a conservative bubble. I am in a uranium bubble, and I put a lot of money into uranium. But I think people are like, oh yeah, there's a shortage of uranium. Price has to go up. A lot of countries are building new power plants. The U.S. is planning on building new SMR power plants. They're restarting power plants that were shut down. These are all true. But also, maybe there's a lot more uranium than we thought. Maybe there's a lot of companies ready to produce pounds of uranium than we thought. You know what I mean? And also, it takes like 15 years to build a nuclear power plant in the United States. Like, am I willing to hold these stocks for 15 years? Like, that's insane. I've been investing in uranium for like over 2 years, and I've thought it was gonna. I thought I was gonna like triple, quadruple, 5x my money by now, but it hasn't happened. Like I could have just bought Nvidia honestly during this time and I would have made way more money. But no, because I love the story of uranium, and I gotta admit, like I'm afraid the moment I sell out of uranium, it's gonna go to the moon. Literally, the day I sell out of all my uranium stocks, nuclear power plant, we're gonna get rid of oil. We're just gonna be like, yep, from now on, we're just gonna do nuclear power, and I will be screwed. So I'm not ready for that, guys. I don't know what else I think is gonna be potentially good. I don't know. Just buy the S&P 500. I think tech is going to be fine. Like it really depends on if Lina Khan is going to get fired. I honestly do not know where Trump stands on Lina Khan. I don't even know where Kamala Harris stands with her. So even if the Democrats won, I don't even know what would they do. You know what I mean? Like, sure, like Trump doesn't like government regulation. He kind of likes the free market, but he also hates these tech companies. You know what I mean? Like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, etc. They've all, well, not Microsoft. They don't have a social media platform, but they've all kind of like censored Trump. You know, like right after 2020. So I don't know what he's gonna do. You know, but either way, I think tech's a good way to go, especially Google. Actually, like it doesn't really matter if they break them up or not. If they don't break them up, it should be at least 50% more. There's only trading at a PE of like 19 or 20. It should be at least 30. You know what I mean? If it's trading like its peers. And that's if they don't break it up. And if they do break it up, a lot of people will panic in the beginning, which I think is also a good opportunity to kind of buy more shares, because I think maybe the sums of its parts is worth more than Google as a whole. You know what I mean? Like I might have to go in hard. I already own a bunch of Google, but if that tanks, if Lina Khan says we're breaking up and it tanks, I would go all in on Google and potentially lose all my money and be destitute for the rest of my life. And then maybe then I'll start caring a little bit more about politics, I guess. But yeah, I think if Google breaks up, it's going to be worth a lot more. Search is going to be a thing for a while. Advertising is still going to kill it. Their AI is probably going to be one of the biggest players. Like I can't fathom just one AI company doing well. You know what I mean? Like it can't just be ChatGPT. That would be insane. You know what I mean? A lot of these AI companies are already censoring like the results. Like somebody's going to want to get a different competitor. You know what I mean? So Google AI will be good. What else they got? YouTube. YouTube's a killer. You know what I mean? More revenue than Netflix. You know, although I don't know if YouTube is profitable right now, but they will be able to be profitable if they were broken up from from the rest of Google. You know what I mean? They do pay out like 55% of ad revenues to creators, which I don't get any because I have 0 listeners. So like and subscribe, please. But yeah, and then they have their self-driving Waymo. It's going to be big also. I think a lot of companies are going to start using that tech. They are the leader in self-driving, right? It's not Tesla as much as we like. Unless Trump was like, oh yeah, you guys should just let your Teslas roam free tomorrow. I don't see Tesla catching up to Waymo at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I think Nvidia's still going to kill it. I mean, they're going to stop letting them sell their chips to like foreign adversaries like China or maybe even Saudi Arabia, but they're making like 80% of their money from Google, Microsoft, and Facebook, which they already said they're going to spend a bunch of money. They're going to spend a bunch of capex on AI, and they're going to continue to do so. I was looking, and if you guys are watching this on Monday, Nvidia's earnings has not gone out yet, but all the other tech companies have. You know, the big 3, Microsoft, big 4, Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, Google. They're spending like 20+% of their revenues on AI, just spending it on AI. And guess where all that money is going to go to? It's going to go to Nvidia. So I think Nvidia's for sure going to beat their earnings. By how much, I don't know. I think the days where they're beating it by like 100%, even 30% and up, I think those days are over. So I don't think we're going to see another doubling of a stock price, because that would be like a $6 trillion company, which is insane. But maybe it'll still go up. Maybe it'll gain another $1 trillion within the next year or something. And, you know, that's still 25% gain. And that's a lot of money that you could put. That's a lot of money for your pockets, you know what I mean? But who knows? A lot of people think AI is a bubble. It could still crash. I don't know. What do I know? Well, like I said before, the one thing I do know is that I know nothing. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to start changing up the way I do these podcasts. I'm just kind of going off, stream of consciousness right now. I probably need to do like a podcast in front of a TV screen so I could read notes and, stay on the talking points of what I want to talk about. But thank you guys for listening. Those who have been listening to me when I do these single rambling talks, thank you. I'm going to try to make these better soon. I just don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I will. I'll see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe. Peace.